I see the bad moon horizon. I see trouble on the way. I see earthquakes and lightning. I see the bad moon horizon. I see trouble on the way. I see earthquakes and lightning. I see bad times today. Don't go around tonight, but it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise.
Hello, Patriots. Yeah, it's me. Always got to show off the mask. I love the mask. It's just awesome. Well, I'm just getting on real quick to let you know. Well, you can read it down there. Breaking news. I am an asshole that speaks his mind. Well, I'll keep that going. For a while, at least. I don't know how long this show will be. I'll try to get it going, but my internet is going off and on a regular basis. I know quite a few people are over at 3 Minutes to Midnight, her show, which is pretty cool. It's no problem, Mary. It's no problem. This will be on YouTube. In the future, you'll be able to watch it again. For as long as the internet allows me to stay on. I finished up my show last week. I thought, alright, I can keep this going. This is going to be great. And then Sunday, really didn't pay attention to much happening. And then Monday, all of a sudden, shitstorm everywhere. Basically, people got hyped up. People got freaked out. And yeah, a lot of buffering. Sorry about that. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Holy shit, even I'm getting buffering on it. Hey, Valley Forge Network. And yeah, we're going to be getting a lot of actually, I'm just going to pop this chat out. And then close this down. So maybe I'll have a little bit extra buffering. Thank you, Valley Forge. Ooh, who's Gug? Anyways. Basically, guys, people got emotions went flying. People freaked out. And as I had stated before, calm heads. When they calm down, they'll actually start seeing what was happening. And you know what? Trolls are doing a damn good job. The troll hunter idea? Fucking awesome. Mary, your back pain is hauling all that beer that you've made. Anyways, just to let people know, I'm in quite a few chats and I watch a lot of snide remarks. Google Hangouts. Lots of snide remarks, lots of serious backstabbing. It's like being in fucking high school again. Or even junior high. Where I don't care. I don't care about the backstabbing or anything like that. I mean, come on, guys. The voice of Idaho, Michael Emery, got arrested. For what? By what I understand, I could be wrong here, and if I'm wrong, I will put out a video. But evidently, he had firearms in his RV. So they basically went into his home, saw the firearms, and arrested him for it or whatever. I didn't get the full down low on that. But the thing is, he's got the paperwork for those firearms, by what I understand. So, what right did they have to arrest him? They had no right to arrest him because this is, I mean, we're supposed to be following this, guys. Not the maritime law, not the Crown Corporation, the Chinese mafia kind of bullshit that the FBI, CIA, NSA, ATF, FCC, all the other alphabetical bullshit that's happening. We are Americans. What is an American, you may ask? Well, America, or an American, is one who believes in the freedoms that were given to us by, whether you go Yahweh, Mother Earth. There's so many other deities out there, but in the end, we are born with unalienable rights. These rights, from the moment we pop out of the womb, whether it's C-section or whether it's birth canal, they are rights that we have. No one can give them. No one can take them away. Because we have them already. Free speech. That's one of the rights. Freedom to believe what you want. I mean, 3 minutes to midnight. Lori Alexander had a very religious thing going on. I watched quite a bit of it. I'm not going to say anything on it. Because Lori evidently is extremely pissed at me. Because I bashed religion. Sorry, that's the way I believe. And I have seen over and over again people in Facebook saying the only way we can get this country back is to follow this. You know what? The only way to get the country back is for everybody to follow this, not any set religion. That's all I'm going to say. Yes, some religions are great. They have a lot of good points. They have a lot of good ideals. They have a lot of good guiding points. You know, it doesn't matter. That's pretty much what I'm going to stop on the religion thing. The freedom to travel. Well, evidently, like with the TSA, I mean, I was listening to Chris Ann Hall. I listened to her quite a bit. The TSA only applies to the peasants. And you're wondering why I'm saying the peasants. Well, you know, you go through the airports. You have to go through the TSA check out and make sure you don't have anything that's not regulated or that's put on the no-fly list and all that other crap. Hell, you might even get some body searches. I know quite a few people that have no problem with that because they're horny little bastards. But, you know, if you have your own private aircraft, you have friends that let you use their private aircraft, you don't even have to go near the TSA. You just walk right through. They don't do a damn thing. So basically, yeah, the peasants. Anybody who's rich enough or connected enough to have their own private fucking aircraft, TSA doesn't touch, doesn't even bother with. Basically, you wonder when we're going to be put under martial law? We're already there. Freedom to travel is one of the unalienable rights we have. You need to have a driver's license to be able to drive a vehicle by federal law. You need to have a passport to go out of the country and into another country. I mean, this is bullshit, guys. Alright, see you later, Mary. I honestly, I mean, freedom of religion. Well, then you can believe what you want to. You can say what you want to. But, oh, you better not be anti-Muslim or anti-Islamic because, well, that's just going against their religion. You know, I am anti-Islamic because I truly believe this right here belongs on this right here. Okay? I'm not going to be beheaded. I truly believe my head should stay on my neck and my neck should stay on my body. Freedom of speech. Well, look at Pete Santilli, look at Mike Emery, and in the future, I'm looking at it. I've already put myself out there. They have enough on me to come and arrest me because I've been saying slanderous or I've been saying inflammatory stuff. Well, I'm an asshole that speaks his mind. This is just me. This is basically a nice little blog thing that I put up there. I try to get information to you guys. There's not much information because I'm basically putting my head in the sand right now and listening to everybody else because I'm tired. The more we do, the more they jump up and do more. Hell, I watched Eric's video this morning and I'm sitting here going, I can't watch this sick, twisted bullshit. People who think that is an art form are the same people that will spend $3 to $10 million on a canvas that is painted all red, just one color red, because it's an art form. Bullshit. Art form requires skill. Art form requires you doing something I'm putting a lot of talent and a lot of work into. Seriously, for me, this is an art form. What I did here on this site. This is an art form. I spent about 2 hours getting the stars right, had people helping me place things just right, and then I took it out, I painted it, let it dry, and then pulled off the masking tape. It's an art form. This is an art form. This right here. Because it is something you work on. Now, if I just painted the whole damn thing red and said it's an art form, everybody would be like, yeah, that just looks retarded. Oh, the shelves back there. There was some wood paneling that was in a house that was getting torn down. I went in there, grabbed that wood, really nice wood, and I spent probably 2 to 3 hours cutting it. I already had it designed out and everything, and putting it together. The bookshelf is an art form. I created something out of something else that actually is useful, that looks decent, that actually people enjoy looking at. An art form of just throwing colors on a canvas, or an art form of sculpting a dick. Well, okay, I guess the dick sculpting because you had to work on it, but the painting a canvas or throwing colors randomly, what is that art? I like Van Gogh. I like Michelangelo. I like anime. Those are art forms because they actually appeal. But a red, I just want it because they said it's an art form, and yes, this is the way I want people to see me as, because I'm not sophisticated at all, but I have lots of money, and I want to get in with the group that has lots of influence so I can keep making money. So I'm going to just look, find the most desired piece of artwork, contemporary or alternative art, and then I'm going to buy it, because I'm rich and I'm a fucking idiot. That's pretty much how it is. Now, I don't know if the internet's still going or not. Yeah, it's still going. I don't even know if people are still watching. You know what? They're going to watch eventually. What Eric showed was sickening beyond belief. But it is somebody who claims that they're really important or whatever. I'm not even getting in that. Thank you, Danielle. I'm not gonna. I'm just ranting now. That's pretty much it. Things that irritate me. In fact, how about we read just the first paragraph of the Constitution. That's it. Constitution of the United States. We, the people of the United States. That does not mean the government officials of America. That does not mean the representatives of the states. It is we, the people. That's you and me. Of the United States. That means all the states of America are united in one country, but they are still their own sovereign states. In order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America. Alright, I'm going to go over some key points on that one. In order to form a more perfect union. That's basically meaning separate entities that come together to contribute to a whole, but they're still separate entities. Establish justice. Justice. That's a word that we do not understand anymore, is it? I mean, this is basically my interpretation of it. And I've been listening to Chris Ann for quite a while, so I think my interpretation is pretty close to her. Justice. Justice is something we're not seeing. I mean, is it just to guilty until proven innocent? I mean, that's basically what Pete Santilli, what Mike Emery, what all of them are dealing with. I mean, if Mike Emery's not out in the next 24 hours, or 48 since it's the weekend, and the federal government, and the fucking cops, and the fucking British puppets, which are the lawyers and the judges, anybody who has Esquire at the end of their name, anybody who has passed the bar. I've heard multiple things, that it's a dual citizenship and that they have actually given up their citizenship to America if they pass the bar. I've heard two different things, and I'm wanting to say dual citizenship because I know Chris Ann has passed the bar. But to me, she's still an American completely. The bar, anybody who passed the bar can't be bothered with human rights, with unalienable rights during the weekend. Oh no, the weekend's horrible. Hell, I've owed quite a bit of money to the system, and I've gotten arrested for it on Friday. I didn't get processed completely until Monday. And then Monday afternoon, I'm free. And then I've got a court date. You know what? That's pretty much how it went. Hell, years ago, I had written a bounce check. Didn't pay it back. It was like $340 some. I got arrested on Thursday. I was up in Portland. I had a job at a 7-Eleven. I got arrested, spent the night there at the jail there. Got transferred, I think it was to John Day. And then there was no other transports going out until Monday. But because they didn't want to process me or anything like that, they put me in solitary for 2 days. I know just a glimpse of what Pete and the rest of the Patriots are going through because I was in solitary. And I'll tell you right now, I am not ashamed to admit it. For my first probably about 2 to 3 hours, I was crying like a baby. Because there was nothing to do, nothing to distract me. There wasn't even a book to read. I had no idea what was happening. I didn't even know really what was going on because they arrested me for a warrant, but they didn't tell me what the warrant was. And I'm sitting here thinking, what the fuck is happening? Luckily, Monday, they took me out of solitaire. And I did my best to try to sleep through it, but it is true. You can sleep yourself out where you can't sleep anymore. Monday, I get into general population, and there's Mexicans and other people in there, and I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm going to get shanked. This is a small little lockup, but I'm still scared shitless. Well, I see a pencil, and I see a piece of paper. I grab them real quick because I need to do something to take my mind off of things, and I start drawing. Guess what? I become the favorite of just about everybody there because they want me to start drawing on their envelopes so that they can have something pretty to send their girlfriends or their moms or their brothers or whatever. I was more than happy to do that because it kept my mind busy, kept me out of going insane. I was just 2 days in solitaire. They didn't even let me out actually they didn't let me out for those 2 days. And I'm thinking about Pete Santilli, the Bundys, Bourbeau. I'm thinking about all of those that are in there that are in solitaire. And it is true, solitaire is nothing but a torture device, a way to break a person down. Hell, I broke down. I was, I think, 21, 22. I broke down. Now, I'm warning you all, if this cuts short and all of a sudden cuts off, that's because my internet's really fucked up, and it just keeps going in and out. So if it should cut short, I'm just going to say this right now. Seek the truth, speak the truth, and be the truth. And in doing that, you will wake the nation. So you got my closing thing in the middle or towards the end, I don't know. I end up coming all the way here to Burns. They transported me all the way here, and guess what happened? I spend an hour in lockup. Then I'm put up in front of a judge, and the judge says, hey, yeah, you got this, it's a bounce check, you're basically, you need to pay it back. And I go, okay. They fill out the paperwork, I sign it, and they let me go. Without a vehicle, without any way to get back so I can get to work. I was trying to make sure I kept my place and everything. Because I was living in as a roommate. Guess what? 3 days later, luckily I found a friend that was going up to Portland. And they took me with them. I get to work and, well, I don't have a job anymore. Yeah, I mean, I had the paperwork that I got arrested, blah, blah, blah. Didn't matter to them. So I was without a job. Thanks to solitaire. Thanks. You know, I do have post-traumatic stress disorder. Or PTSD. Whatever it is. I do have it. After my bicycle accident, I had PTSD. And it is part of me now. What I've done in the military. Just even going through basic training. I have PTSD. It may be minor compared to a lot of people. I don't have nightmares. I don't freak out. I don't cold sweat and get all pissy and anything. But I do have PTSD. And I'm sorry, I think the solitaire, being in solitaire, helped out quite a bit. Not helped out in a good way. It actually increased my PTSD. I can't stand not having moving air when I go to sleep. I can't sleep. unless I'm too tired to stay awake. So, I mean, how is that justice? During the weekend, they couldn't be bothered to process me, so I was in solitary for 2 days. 2 fucking days, just 2. And I cracked. Probably because I'm slightly insane anyways by society's standard. Now Pete Santilli, he's a strong motherfucker. He is a Marine. Deb Jordan, strong for sticking by him all this time. Staff Sergeant Moe, very strong for sticking by all the Patriots. Scott Schaller, extremely strong because he is helping out as much as he can in the background. I don't see hardly anything of him anymore. Hello, proud American. Hi, Deciduous Falling, Valley Forge Network. Everybody who's watching, I thank you for coming and listening to me rant and rave. I love all the Patriots out there. We are PC. We are patriotic community. Anybody ask you if you are PC, say damn straight I'm a part of the patriotic community. Then PC won't be so stupid. I love Mike. Mike Emery, Mike Soror. I love Eric. I mean, I love Lori Alexander. She's awesome too. Everybody has their own views, has their own opinions, but they're all trying to do their damnedest to follow this. Let's continue on from the justice. Ensure domestic tranquility. Okay, I can see that. How are we having domestic tranquility with some, not all, but some of the refugees coming in saying kill Americans, saying Allah Akbar and all that other bullshit? How are we having tranquility whenever we're actually scared to say anything against the Islamic community? How are we having tranquility whenever we say fuck the government and the government puts us on a watch list? That's not tranquility. This is fear. This is not tranquility. The federal government should not have this much power over our everyday lives, but they do. Why? Because most of the people have died, at least mentally. We're not in a tranquil area. I want this place to be a tranquil America for my son Gary and my wife Helen when I pass. And I truly believe that I will pass at 45. So I'm doing everything I can now. Provide for the common defense. Provide for the common defense. That honestly, to me, that's Second Amendment. We need to defend ourselves from the tyranny, from the fucking criminals out there. They say gun rates are increased like crazy. You know what? Actually, I've heard over and over again in some of this research I've done, we are below the world percentage for gun crimes. Below the world percentage. And yet our politicians, our mainstream media, everybody like that is turning around saying, we're horrible, we're gun-toting fanatics. No, they just want to take your guns. Because once they take your guns from you, once they take that right from you, then all other rights are forfeit. But those rights are not something they can take, though they are only rights you can give them. So don't give them any of those rights. I will stay in touch no matter what. I'm just really busy with having a kid. Thursday, my wife and Garion went over to the coast to spend kind of a Mother's Day weekend with her grandma, with Garion's great grandma and grandpa. The only reason I was okay with that is she's over there finishing up getting the Social Security crap done properly to where he is Garion and not Gavian. The hospital up here in Burns mistook the R for a V and put that in, and all of a sudden Social Security grabbed that up real quick and sent us a Social Security card, and guess what? He's Gavian Herbert Day. No, fuck that bullshit. But the only reason I was okay with them going is we needed that for the paperwork here. Otherwise, I would have told them over there, fuck off. This will be her first Mother's Day. And you want her to spend it over there instead of spending it with her husband and the father of her child that makes her a mother. I still say fuck you on that. And they'll never listen to this because they don't like harsh language. Well, fucking la-di-da. Promote the general welfare. That does not mean live off of welfare. That means promote the general welfare, the general living conditions. Now, this is supposed to be the union, not the government. The union gets together and says, yeah, we're having an issue with some water over in Flint. Yeah, okay, well, over here in Oregon, we got a crap load of water. We can send a lot of bottled water that way, or we can send water purification, or we can do stuff to help out there. No, the federal government's like, well, it's not FDA approved, so you can't do a damn thing with that, and we're going to just keep on letting the kids and the people there die from lead poisoning and all the other poison that's put in there because, well, we really don't care about the welfare of the people. That's basically the federal government. If it's not something that'll line their pockets or give them more power over us, they don't give a shit. The welfare is our responsibility, not the government's. If I could find a job, I'd be out of this government-assisted living area faster than hell. As soon as I had enough money to pay rent and get my own place, I'd be out. I'm still looking for a job. Actually, Monday I'm going to try to go for FedEx, if the job's not taken already. And secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Now, and secure the blessings of liberty. That means your unalienable rights that are there. They're wanting to secure it. Not saying we're wanting to make sure you have them. They're wanting to make sure that you do not have to fight for them every generation or every 2 or 3 generations. But you know what? We've given the government too much power. Now we don't have the posterity we used to have. And are not the posterity, but the liberty. The posterity. There's multiple ways to look at that. But posterity is future generations also. They're saying we want to provide for the and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our descendants. That's what they're basically saying there. That's at least in my opinion. I'm sorry, proud American, I can't leave this area. Otherwise, I'd be in Portland area right now with my wife and everything. But I can't leave. Not because of anything legal. Because I do believe there is a higher power. And I have been told over and over again, do not leave Harney County. So I'm here. Hell, I even have trouble going over to Princeton. I kind of get nervous. Where I'm at right now, I feel reasonably safe. And that could just be psychological. Or it could be something is telling me, stay here, something's coming down. You have to be ready. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Basically, they're saying we have written down everything. We have worked our asses off to make sure that this is ironclad, and we are establishing the supreme law of the land. That's just in the first paragraph of the Constitution. I mean, seriously, guys. Federal government has got way too much power. And you know how they got that power? By getting in bed with our enemies. They got in bed with the Chinese. And honestly, I'm going to have to say, the English. The English are our enemies. As soon as they realized that they could not take us by force, they waited around and decided to take us by guile and by money, financially. They came in, and the fancy words and all that other bullshit they like to use, the politicians, the diplomats, they came in and started doing, we can do a treaty over here, we can do this over here, we can do that. And eventually, all of a sudden, you've got the CIA, the FBI, the BLM, the Forest Service, and none of them are actually controlled by us. They're all controlled by the Crown Corporation, or the Chinese, or the Illuminati. I mean, this is how things happen. This is why this is no longer land of the free, home of the brave. This is land of the free, home of the paid. This is land of the couch potato and idiots, and home of the mindless sheep. And I'm trying to wake some up. Hopefully we'll have a sheriff that stands behind his oath in Alan Johnson. He's running for sheriff because I know for a fact I am not voting for Ward. Ward does not stand behind anything except the coattails of Grasty. And Grasty's he's retiring. Evidently, he got too close to being, what's the proper word? He got too close to being exposed. And so now he's retiring so that he can retire, take his fucking pension, take his fucking retirement benefit, and live off the millions that he screwed Harney County out of. I'm surprised the internet's lasted this long. I know that the FBI will probably come after me eventually. And I'm just hoping that my videos, Eric's videos, Mike's videos, Deb's videos, and when Pete gets out, Pete's videos, and Lori Alexander's, and Damien's, and everybody, I mean, Douglas, I mean, everybody out there who is trying to get the word out, I'm just hoping that they will be unified have a nice union, like with the Constitution, and be able to promote the message of the Constitution, the message of freedom, and the message of patriotism strong enough that instead of spending 3 or 4 months like Pete has in prison, that I will only spend maybe 2 to 3 weeks before I am released, and they say, well, sorry, we really don't have anything on you. And then I will come back and I will be right back on this. Because I am not going to give up. I can't give up. For my son's sake. For all your sakes. And for your children and grandchildren's sakes. Yeah, I'm using the children card, but guess what? I'm a father now. I can use that damn card. Because I will admit it. When I dropped off my wife and my son over at my in-laws so they could go up there, I hadn't had coffee or anything. I wasn't even fully awake. But I was tearing up. After I had dropped them off, I started tearing up because I knew I was going to miss my son. I was going to miss my wife. Now, when it was just my wife before, I was like, okay, everything will be fine. But now, I mean, I will admit that crying, full of shit, diaper-filling little monster that I have in my life now, he has captured my heart. He has changed my life. Hell, I'm never going to quit on this because I need to make sure that Garion has a good life. Has a chance to meet a good woman or a good man if he decides that he wants to be that way. I want him to have a happy life. I want him to be able to find out the joys and the sadness, the ups and downs of what life can bring him. I want him to be able to decide if he wants to follow a religion, which religion he wants to follow. I'm not going to tell him don't follow any religion. I'm going to tell him look at him and truly find one that fits you. I want to make sure that he is confident and strong. I want to make sure that he is kind and generous. But I also want to make sure that he is intelligent and that he is not taken easily with the shysters and the con artists out there. I want him to have a wonderful life. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that happens. And part of that is to stand up against the federal government. I am not going to physically attack anybody. I will defend myself. But I do not have any firearms. So they can't just kill me right off the bat and say, oh, he was holding a handgun. I don't have any firearms. But if I am attacked, I will defend myself. And I don't care about the trolls. I really don't. I don't care about the naysayers or the people that want to prove me wrong. If they're comfortable in their nice little fantasy world that everything's okay, I mean, hell, then let them be there. I saw just recently that KOIN had talked with one rancher out here in Burns, in the Harney County area. Just one. And they're saying, oh, yeah, the Bundys were completely wrong on what they were standing for. The ranchers here don't care about the BLM. The ranchers don't feel oppressed. And this one rancher, one, just one, out of the few hundred that are out here, he evidently has 5 to 6 months out of the year he uses BLM land. He's got the permits, he pays the fees, everything like that, every year for his cattle. I'm sorry, but if the BLM won, like they did basically here, how are any of the ranchers going to say anything bad about it? Proud American, you regroup. You let out what you need to say. Have a good night, everyone.